All right, let's dive in. We're all about upping your online marketing game today.
Sounds good.
We're going to explore some fresh approaches, to stand out online in the digital world.
Yeah.
You know what's crowded out there. And you sent over Anthony Atama's Emergent Marketing Trends.
Uh-huh.
And wow, this is full of some really cool outside-the-box strategies, I think.
Yeah. It's definitely a rapidly evolving landscape.
Yeah.
Businesses can't just, keep doing the same old thing.
Exactly. So let's just jump right in. Atama's first kind of gem that he brings up is gamified referral programs.
Right.
Now, we've all seen the refer a friend, get a discount.
Yeah, the basic ones.
But he's suggesting kind of adding like a layer of, fun.
Yeah, think about why people love playing games, right?
Right, yeah.
It's that competition, the achievement, the rewards.
It's true. It's true.
So Atama argues that by, tapping into this psychology, businesses can make their referral programs less like transactions and more like actual engaging experiences.
I like that, yeah. It's like, giving people that level up feeling, right?
Exactly.
Or achieving something within the program.
And one of the coolest examples I think he gives is Dropbox. Remember they used to do that thing where you'd get like 500 millibeats of storage for every referral?
Oh, yeah.
Up to 16 gigabytes?
I participated in that.
Yeah.
I was like, I need all the storage.
Totally. And that's the brilliance of it, right? It wasn't just getting new signups. It was also driving product usage. So like you get that double impact, which is what's so powerful about gamification that Atama emphasizes. It boosts both customer acquisition and retention.
That's cool. And you know what? It makes me think, does this also create some kind of community?
Oh, interesting.
Like if you're all working towards the same goal, like unlocking this or getting to a new tier.
Absolutely.
Maybe it's a shared experience that's more than just using the product.
Yeah, you're totally in line with Atama's thinking there. It definitely can create that sense of shared purpose and belonging, which is super valuable for building brand loyalty.
Cool. Okay, so we've made those referral programs fun.
Right.
But, let's be real. Influencer marketing is huge now.
It is.
I'm sure Atama has some thoughts on that.
He does. So you think influencers, you picture those mega celebrities.
Right. Millions of followers.
But Atama wants us to think about micro-influencers.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I've heard that.
Have you?
But I have to admit, I'm not totally sure what makes a micro-influencer different than, say, someone with just like a popular Instagram.
So they usually have a smaller following, but it's very engaged.
Okay.
And within a specific niche.
Okay.
So think like 10,000 to 50,000 followers, as opposed to millions.
Okay, I got it.
They may not have the reach, but they have more authenticity and trust within their communities.
So it's like quality over quantity.
Exactly.
A smaller but more dedicated audience.
Right. They've built those relationships.
Right.
And Atama gives the example of like this handmade jewelry brand. They partnered with a sustainability influencer.
Oh, cool.
Not a big fashion name, but someone whose values matched the brand and whose audience was already into like ethical, eco-conscious products.
Smart.
Right. So they didn't blast the message out to everyone, just the right people who would be interested.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah. By showing the jewelry with eco-friendly outfits and lifestyle, they saw a 20% sales increase during that campaign.
Wow, 20%.
Yeah. Atama says this just shows the power of authenticity and the right niche.
That's awesome. Okay, I'm ready for his next brilliant idea. What's next?
Okay, this one is about getting the audience involved. Interactive content marketing.
Oh.
So think. Quizzes, polls, calculators, things people want to actually engage with, not just scroll by.
I love a good quiz.
Right.
It's personalized and fun, and you can learn something about yourself.
Totally. And Atama says this is exactly why interactive content is so powerful. It grabs attention, and it's shareable. It's personalized, too.
Can you give me an example? I'm trying to picture it, like in real life.
Okay, let's say you have a skincare brand. Atama suggests a simple "What's your skin type?" quiz.
Oh, yeah.
It's engaging, it helps people, and it can lead to personalized product recommendations.
So you're not just pushing products, you're giving value.
Exactly.
And tailored recommendations probably lead to more sales, right?
Yeah. Atama mentions a case study where a skincare brand saw a 35% jump in both product sales and email signups after doing a quiz like this.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right. It's a win-win. You get data about your audience, they get a personalized experience, and they're more likely to buy.
Okay, I'm already thinking of quiz ideas for my own business. What's next?
All right. This might seem a little counterintuitive. creating exclusivity and scarcity.
Oh.
Yeah. Atama suggests hosting exclusive virtual events or webinars
Interesting.
that offer unique content you can't get anywhere else.
So, I mean, we've all been to so many webinars.
Right, exactly.
What makes this different?
FOMO, fear of missing out.
Ah, yeah.
By making it invite-only, time-limited, or having super unique content, people feel the urgency.
Right.
And it's more desirable.
Oh, yeah, totally. I've signed up for stuff just because I felt like I had to be there.
Totally. So, for example, Atama talks about a fitness app that did a webinar called 5 Fitness Hacks for Busy Professionals.
Okay.
They promoted it as a limited time thing with exclusive content, just for people who are into fitness but are busy.
Yeah, that's smart. So they're not just selling the app. They're giving real value and information
Exactly.
that makes people actually want to watch.
And to sweeten the deal, they offered a free 30-day trial to everyone who attended.
Oh, nice.
So what happened? 40% increase in signups.
Wow.
They combined exclusivity, good content, and an incentive.
Brilliant. Okay, Atama's on a roll. What else does he have?
This one might surprise you. Leveraging unconventional channels, like Reddit and Quora.
Whoa. Okay. Those platforms have, well, very passionate communities.
Yeah, they do.
How does marketing even work there?
You got to understand the culture and give real value.
Okay.
Atama says be a valued contributor, not a salesperson.
So you're not just jumping in with a sales pitch. You're being part of the community, building trust, giving real help.
Exactly. You're meeting them where they are and being authentic and helpful. Atama talks about a cybersecurity startup that was active in Reddit threads about online privacy.
Cool.
Yeah.
So they weren't just plugging their software. They were having real discussions and giving advice, building credibility.
Yeah, exactly.
Did it work?
Oh, yeah. In 6 months, they got a 15% increase in downloads just from Reddit links. Atama argues this is because they built trust and credibility. People are way more likely to try your thing if they see you as a valuable part of their community.
Wow. 15% from Reddit. Okay, I'm starting to see a pattern here. Gamified referrals, micro-influencers, interactive content, exclusive events, now Reddit and Quora. Atama is really saying think differently, right?
He is. It's all about breaking away from the traditional marketing playbook and getting creative.
This has been eye-opening already. I'm ready to shake things up in my own marketing. We've covered a lot. There's more.
Oh, there's more. We've got the individual strategies, but now we need to talk about how to make them all work together.
Okay.
Let's get to it.
So welcome back. We've uncovered some awesome marketing ideas thanks to Anthony Atama's Emergent Marketing Trends.
Yeah, this is cool.
And now let's see how to actually use all of this together for maximum impact.
All right. So we've got this toolkit now. Gamified referrals, micro-influencers, interactive content, exclusive events. We even went into Reddit and Quora.
We did.
But where do we start combining all this? It's like having all the ingredients, but no recipe.
You got it. That's exactly what we need to talk about. The real magic happens when we see these strategies, not just individually, but as working together, complementing each other.
Okay.
Atama uses the analogy of an orchestra. Each instrument plays its part for a beautiful sound. I like that. So instead of just picking one thing and hoping for the best, we think about how they all can work together.
Really, yeah.
Making each other stronger. Can you give me a real-life example?
Sure. Imagine you're launching a new product feature.
Okay.
You could start with an exclusive webinar, right?
Okay.
That FOMO we talked about.
Yeah.
Invite a relevant micro-influencer to be your guest speaker.
Okay.
So you're using their credibility with your specific audience.
Got it.
And during the webinar, announce a gamified referral program to get people sharing about the new feature.
So you're layering the strategies. It's a multifaceted campaign.
Yeah. And it doesn't end there. After the webinar, keep the discussion going on Reddit or Quora.
Oh, smart.
Answer questions, address any concerns that came up.
You're hitting them at multiple points
Yeah.
with different strategies, but the same message.
Exactly. It's about creating a cohesive experience that resonates with your audience at every step.
That's smart. But how do we know what's working with all this going on?
Atama is all about data-driven decisions. He emphasizes constantly tracking and analyzing how each strategy is performing.
Makes sense. We can't just do all this and hope for the best.
Right. We need to see what's resonating, what's driving conversions, and what needs adjusting.
So it's about being creative, but also analyzing data.
Exactly. He encourages businesses to constantly experiment and optimize. What works for one business might not work for another. The key is flexibility. Analyze your data and refine based on what you learn.
So we're not setting it and forgetting it. We're actively monitoring and learning as we go.
Exactly.
But it's not just about the data, is it? There's a human element here too, right?
Absolutely. At the end of the day, marketing is about connecting with people. All these strategies are just tools. The real magic is understanding your audience, what they want, what motivates them, what really resonates with them. It's about building real relationships, providing value, and becoming a trusted resource.
That's a good point. It's not about tricking people into buying. It's about genuine connections that help everyone.
Yes.
So how do we make sure we're doing that while we use these strategies?
Atama says, ask yourself, does this fit our brand values? Are we giving real value? Are we engaging in a way that's authentic and respectful?
Right.
If the answer to any of those is no, then maybe rethink things.
Yeah, it's easy to get caught up in trends.
It is.
But we need to stay true to our values and our audience.
Yeah.
Before we move on, can we go back to data analysis for a second?
Sure, yeah.
Feels like there's more to say there.
Atama actually has a whole chapter on the power of data. He says we need to go beyond the basic stuff like website traffic and social media followers and really dig into customer behavior.
Okay, so it's not just how many people are visiting our website.
Right.
It's about what they're doing there, what they're looking at, how they're moving towards actually buying something.
Exactly. He suggests using things like heat maps and scroll maps to see how people are interacting with your website, A/B testing different headlines and calls to action, segmenting your audience based on their demographics and behavior.
Wow, it's more complicated than I thought. It's not just numbers. It's understanding the story behind them and using that to improve. But with all this focus on data and tech, are we losing that human side?
It's a valid concern. Atama knows we can become too reliant on data and automation.
Right.
He says we need to balance data with human intuition and empathy.
So using data to make smart choices, but not letting it control everything.
Right.
We still need to connect with people on an emotional level and make things that resonate with them, not just algorithms.
Exactly. Marketing is an art and a science. We need the data, but we also need to be creative and understand the human experience.
This is really insightful. I'm seeing how all these different things can work together to make a really powerful marketing plan.
Yeah, good.
But I bet Atama has more to say.
He does. One of the key takeaways from his book is this: never stop learning and adapting.
Okay.
He reminds us that what works today might not work tomorrow in this digital world.
So even if we find something that's doing well, we can't just relax. We have to keep learning and changing.
Exactly. He wants us to have a growth mindset, always questioning, exploring, trying new things, attend those conferences, read the articles, follow the thought leaders, and try new tools and technologies.
Sounds like lifelong learning.
It is.
Can be a little intimidating to keep up with everything in digital marketing.
Yeah.
But I guess that's what makes it exciting too.
It's a dynamic, ever-changing field. That's what makes it challenging and rewarding. And Atama says the best marketers are the ones who are curious, adaptable, and always willing to learn.
This has been great.
Oh.
I'm already rethinking my strategy and want to try some of these ideas.
Good.
But there's more to discuss, right?
Yes, there's a really important point Atama finishes with. He calls for a more human-centered approach to business.
Interesting. I want to hear more about that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that in our last segment. Okay, so we've talked about all these really cool strategies from Atama's book, and I could see how they all fit together, to create a better experience.
Yeah.
But you said he ends with this idea of human-centric marketing.
Right.
What's that all about?
He's saying that, in this whole chase for data and optimizing everything, we might have forgotten, most important part, connecting with people.
Yeah, I get that.
So he thinks that really good marketing, truly effective stuff, it's about having authentic relationships with your audience, understanding their needs, giving them something valuable, more than just pushing products.
That makes sense. It's moving away from just trying to make a sale every time.
Exactly.
And thinking more about actually helping people.
Right. So instead of just throwing ads and sales pitches at them, create stuff that's genuinely helpful, informative, even entertaining.
So it's like shifting from selling to serving, right?
You become a resource they want to come to, not just a company trying to get their money.
Exactly. Atama thinks that when you approach it that way, from a service perspective, it's a win-win. The audience gets value, and you build trust and loyalty, which helps your business in the long run.
That sounds great. But how do you actually make that happen?
He gives a bunch of examples.
Okay.
There's this one company that makes like educational resources for parents of kids with special needs.
Okay.
And they don't just try to sell their products, they create a ton of free content, blogs, webinars, guides
Right.
that actually help these parents.
So they're like experts or advocates, not just trying to sell.
Exactly. They're meeting the needs of their audience,
Uh-huh.
building trust, becoming the go-to resource for that.
And that works.
Oh, yeah. They've got this huge online community.
Wow.
People are finding them organically, and they've got really loyal customers who value their expertise and, their authenticity. It's a good example. Shows how powerful it can be. But it must be hard to change your whole mindset from selling to helping.
Yeah. Atama says it's a big shift in thinking. He says companies should ask themselves, what problems does our audience really have? How can we use our knowledge to actually help them?
Right.
How can we create stuff that's helpful, engaging, and memorable?
Those are good questions to think about.
Yeah.
It's like putting yourself in their shoes
Totally.
and seeing how you can make their life better, not just make more money.
He believes this isn't just the right thing to do. It's also good for business. People today, they care more about values.
Yeah.
So they'll support companies that are trying to make a difference.
It's true. We want to feel good about the brands we buy from.
Right.
And know that our money is going towards something positive.
Exactly. Atama's point is that this human-centric approach isn't just a fad.
Yeah.
It's like the new way businesses have to work. Creating shared value, building those real relationships, and actually having a positive impact.
This deep dive has been awesome. We went from specific marketing tactics to thinking about a whole new philosophy of how to do business.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got a lot to think about and try in my own work.
That's great. I hope it's inspired you to, see marketing differently.
Definitely.
And build something that's both successful and meaningful.
Absolutely. Everyone should read this book, Emergent Marketing Trends.
Yeah, I've read
If you want to understand where digital marketing is going and build a brand people connect with.
Couldn't agree more. It's a great resource for building a business that makes money and has a purpose.
Well, I think we covered a lot today.
We did.
Unpacked some really cool ideas. Thanks for sharing your knowledge and taking us through this deep dive.
Happy to do it. Just remember, the best marketing is what works for your audience, fits your values, and is done authentically with a real desire to give people something good.
That's a great reminder. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
We hope it's been helpful and, inspiring. And until next time, keep learning, experimenting, and building those connections with your audience.